everyone, it's Frances Byrne here from Stamphouse Studio. Today I'm here with another creative chat with the MFT Stamps design team. Today we're showing you our project photography setup, what camera we use and what settings we prefer. We're also showing you how we edit our photographs. So let's get started. I am not an expert when it comes to photography or editing photos, but I am sharing with you what I have and what I use, so hopefully you'll get something from it. My camera is a Fujifilm camera. It's the Finepix S1500, and I have this dial here set on the little red camera, which is basically auto mode, so basically point and shoot. For the flash, I have it on suppressed, so with all the light in, you don't really need, anything else. It gives you a better result. I normally, when I turn it on, put on the micro setting, or the macro setting I should say, and then I can zoom in and out to get my close-ups that I want to get of my card. So that's my camera. Okay, for my photography setup, what I do is I use the area where I actually stamp on. I always stamp on this paper pad here, but in the middle of the paper pad I actually have two pieces of white cardstock. It's in there because it's out the way, it keeps it flattened and it's not going to interfere with my stamping. So when I'm ready, I have my light, which is just above my work area, so I can move that into whatever position I want. And my to-do list, which is also over here, I bring to about the centre of my pad, bring them up like that. Then what I do is just, I have this little paper clip that I use, which I actually put on there. And then all I do is lift this up, bring that prong down, a little prong of the paper clip, and we're all ready to take a photo. Ready to take my photo, I set my card on the board just like I have there. I'll zoom out so that you can see what it's like. Okay, nothing flash. As I said, it works for me. But you can also see that I turn my card at a slight angle so that you can see that it is a card and not just a flat piece. I feel it gives your card just a little bit more life when you can see the layers of the card. So that's my setup. All I need to do now is get my camera, take the photo, and I'm done. Step, which is editing our photos. So I've taken my card out of my camera, put it into my computer and opened it into Adobe Photoshop. First up, I'm in the organization part of Adobe Photoshop. As you can see by the screenshot I've taken here, I normally take more than one photo of each of the cards that I'm going to do, and then I can go through and get the best one to edit. To select the photo which I prefer for editing, I open them all up so I can get a bit bigger view and then scroll through them until I see the one I like. Once I see the one that I prefer, I mark it with stars at the bottom here that you can see, and then go back to my screen and delete the ones I don't want. Once I've selected the cards that I want to keep for editing, I highlight them, go over to the right hand top corner, click on Editor and then Full Edit, and click that to bring them up into the editing section of Photoshop. So here we are in the editing section of Photoshop Elements, which is the program I use. The first thing which I'm going to do before I do anything else is crop my photos. You can see that I've got the outline around the card, and I'll just crop that, and then I'm ready to continue editing. Here you can see my card where I've only got the card. All the other extra bits that were there originally are now gone. If you're new to Photoshop or just want to learn how to edit your photos better, I highly recommend doing a class with Jessica Sprague called Good to Great Workflow. I've just started taking this class, so how I currently edit my photos is likely to change once I've finished them. I'm going to show you how to edit using the guided section. It's the simplest way if you're really new to Photoshop. There are other ways that you can edit, and I'm sure some of the other design team members will go through those for you, but this is the least confusing if you are new to editing using this program. The first thing I do is select the lighten or darken button on this screen that you see here, which brings me then to this screen here. You have got your the light and shadows, dark and highlights, mid-tone, contrast. So I play around with those buttons until I'm happy with the results. Don't forget to hit done when you're finished making your selections so that you've saved the changes you've just made. The next thing we're going to do is change the brightness and contrast of our photo. Again, once you've done that, hit done. Next we're going to the enhanced colours section, and we're just going to change the saturation a little, bring it up to about 4 or 5. In the guided section you also have the option where you can have your before shot, which is the one on the left of your screen, and your after. So you can see there how my photo looks a lot different than it started off with at the beginning. The rest of my editing I prefer to do in full edit mode. So now we go back to the full screen by clicking on that orange full button that you see on the top right hand side. Click on the enhance menu, adjust colour, and then remove colour cast. Then click on white space. I normally do the white space that is behind my card, and click OK, and that should remove the colour cast and bring everything back to white. Next we go back to the enhance menu, click on adjust sharpness, and just change our sharpness to our photo. Now that I've finished editing my photo, there's one last step I do before I save it to my computer, and that is adding my watermark. I prefer to save my watermarks as brushes that I can use in Photoshop. It ends up being so much easier, and I can change the colour, size, etc. as needed. So all I have to do now to add my watermark is click on the brush tool, which you can see circled in red down there on the left, midway down the screen. That will bring up my design team watermark brushes menu, and I'll select my MFT water brush, which is the one circled right in the top left corner there. I make sure the colour of the watermark is going to be white by clicking D and X. That brings the white up in the colour section. And all I have to do now is click wherever I want to put my watermark, which I've put in the lower left hand section of my card. You can see it in the lower left hand section of my card there. The watermark that you can see on the right of my card there is just the brush tool hovering. I haven't changed back from the brush mode to one of the other modes on the program. All I have to do now is save my card to my computer, and I'm done. So I hope you've got something out of this video. As I said earlier in the video, how I edit my photos is likely to change now that I am taking the Jessica Sprague Good to Great Workflow class. Bye for now. See you next time.